All right, today I'm joined by an indie singer and songwriter. She's also known as Mariamaria. You can listen to her original music on Spotify, and she posts covers on YouTube. She also has a good relationship with Preview PH. I always see her stuff there. We're gonna discuss more about her content. I'm excited for this one because she's a fellow DLSU alum.
Yes,
Teta,
that is right.
thanks for coming
Hi.
on.
Hi, Trey. Thank you for having me. I'm super just grateful to be talking to a human being because it's been quite a while without human interaction.
Yeah, have you been secluding yourself quite strictly?
Yeah, actually, I haven't gone out only with my family, only with people
Okay.
of the same household,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I really haven't seen friends at all for the whole of 2020 until
Wow.
now. Yeah. It's been hard.
Until now. So you've been doing everything from home, right?
Yes, I've been doing everything from home.
That it's actually
Include
quite a lot. Like I see you post quite often. I think you're like out
Thank
there
you.
somewhere. But
No,
like
I'm just out there, quote unquote
okay.
out there, outside my house, in my garden.
Yeah, just
That's
do
where I am.
everything you can do there. All right, before we get into your music, I want people to realize that we met because of a random class. Do you remember what class that is?
Is it intro sci?
I think yeah, yes, it was
Intro to psychology.
intro to psychology.
Yeah.
I think I was second year probably or like late
Yeah,
first
second
year.
year.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was so much fun. I mean, I liked that class a lot because I think we were seatmates at
I think you were
one
like a
time.
few seats away, or like we had
Or
a project together, something like that. I forget.
something like that.
Yeah, and then I remember just chatting with you like outside the classroom and stuff.
Yeah. And I think we became friends like almost instantly because my friend and I, Cams, we were talking. Yeah, Cams.
Yeah,
We were
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about music, and you were like, I think you talked about music too. So the connection.
At the time, I had no idea. Like you guys mentioned, you like music, right? But I had no idea that you had aspirations to get into the music scene.
Yeah, at that time, I guess I was more low key about it. I
Mm.
wasn't really releasing like every year and all that.
Okay, but you were like you had your toes in it already. You're already
Yes,
trying
I
it
did.
out.
I
At
was
that,
starting out.
what did you have at that point? Because I don't really remember.
At that point, I think I just 2000. I think I released my first single on Spotify with Jigo.
Okay,
So isa pa lang yung na-release ko sa Spotify.
at that point.
Ah.
Okay, I actually didn't know that. Like at that point, um, did you always have that love for performing and music, or like did that develop later on?
I think with my case, I was a really, really shy person back in grade school and high school. I'd make sure that I'd make sure that I'd run for like conduct awardee if
Okay,
it's like spark something.
yeah.
Yeah, so when I was in grade school, I didn't really sing until my friends would like volunteer me for an intermission at
Okay,
Quizbees. You know how Quizbees always have that like dance intermission or
yeah.
singer
Like just do
intermission?
something.
Yeah, so like teachers just like push you to do that. So
Right.
yeah, my friends volunteered me, and that was grade 2. And I think I was the first song I sang was Somewhere Over the Rainbow for a spelling bee or something.
Did you enjoy that experience, or like?
I no, I was so scared, like so frightened about singing to an audience. But
Right, yeah.
it was so cute because my friend performed with me. He was playing the violin, and
Oh,
it was
that's
just a
cute.
little cute. I don't know, Charlie Brown moment because you're just kids.
Right, yeah. What about your name though? Because like I know you as Teta Melo, right? Like,
Yeah,
but so wait, before we get into it, is that your name, or is that like your nickname?
it's my nickname
Okay,
actually. My real name is Teresa. So
okay,
Teta came to be my nickname. But
okay.
as for Maria,
Yeah.
so when I was starting to think of, oh, maybe I should post my songs on Spotify,
Mm,
syempre, I had to think of an artist name.
mm.
So I was asking my mom and my sister. We were all at the dining table. And I was like, what would be a good name, like a stage name? Because I didn't want to use my name because
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to pronounce and hard to spell.
yeah.
And so my mom was like, why don't you use your second name,
Mm.
Maria? Because I am Teresa Maria.
Okay,
So I
yeah.
was like, hey, that's pretty good. And like it's very Filipino also.
Yeah, and it's super.
I jumped on that opportunity. And at the same time, I was watching. I remember at that time I was watching Silver Linings Playbook,
Okay.
and you know that scene where Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper do the dance, the performance.
Yeah.
They were dancing to Maria by the Dave Brubeck Quartet,
Okay.
originally from West Side. And voila, I love that song so much and it resonated with me. So those were
So you just became Maria.
yeah.
Why two? Like why not one?
Honestly, I don't. It sounds cooler, I guess. I
Okay.
hope it does. Yeah, just para iba naman.
So you work with a producer and artist. His name's Jigo, right?
Jigo.
How did you start working with him? Because like I noticed that you guys have a certain dynamic that you guys work together a lot, right? And
We do, yeah.
it's very, I wouldn't say rare necessarily, but it's not quite often that you find a solo artist and a producer working together that much again and again and again. So I'm just really like curious, when did you guys start? Where'd you meet? How'd you guys start working together?
Okay, so I met Jigo through my sister.
Mm.
They were um course mates in fine arts in college.
DLSU?
Yeah.
Alright.
UP.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
UP.
Alright.
Oh. So they were course mates, and while my sister was in college, you know, I'd see some of her friends. She'd always make kwento about her
Mm.
friends. And you know, as a bunso, kasi she's older than me,
Okay.
I'd always intrude in her like close circle of friends. So, you know,
Yeah.
I'd be friends with her friends too.
Yeah.
And that's how I became friends with Jigo, because Jigo was making music also.
Alright.
With his band Perky Wasted.
Okay.
And he just hit me up. He was like, hey, why don't we collab and
Yeah.
make music? And from then on, we've been making music ever since, because you know I think we just get each other musically.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
I think that's pretty like special when you find somebody like that. I think like just based on my experiences in the music scene also, when you find a producer that gets you, it's kind of like you never want to let go. So
Yes.
um,
Super.
yeah. And when as they evolve, you realize you evolve as well. Did you experience that like throughout the years?
I totally experienced that. Because you know how your sound doesn't really sound the same over like a few years, because you
Yeah.
mature and then you write about different things.
Right.
And I think the songs now that I've released with Jigo, they're very different from our initial songs, our first
Mm.
songs.
What are the main differences in like what do you think they are?
The how like we've matured
Yeah.
as a well, first things first, the the first songs I released on like SoundCloud, they were all produced by me, like poorly. If
Okay,
I
okay,
like
okay.
literally
Fair.
so poorly. I just
Yeah,
used
yeah,
GarageBand
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
the things that came with it. But
Yeah, right.
as I started working with Jigo, I was introduced to more to a whole like new world of
Yeah.
real not one, yeah, well, more professional sounding production.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good way to say it.
Yeah. Thank you.
um, so you guys released a couple singles first, and then you released an EP. That was like
Yeah.
a couple years ago, right?
Ah.
That this was in 2020. I mean, like the bar 2020, right?
The EP 2019, sorry, yeah, nalilito rin ako.
I mean, like the bar.
Oh yes, sorry, 2020 at
Yes.
XXXX. Sorry, it was like
It's okay.
2020, all the triggers.
It's okay. So what was that like? Because usually launches are my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
I was talking to I'm not sure if you know him. Do you know Gaba Santiago? I was talking to him a few days
Okay.
ago. And then I asked him, I was like, what's your favorite show ever? He played for Fools and Foes, Tom Story, Clara Benin. So he was telling me every launch was his favorite thing ever. Right? He said that when you're there and when you're in the launch, you feel a sense of community that you don't usually feel in other shows. Is that something you felt?
Yeah, totally. Because when Jigo and I launched our EP at 2020/XXXX, it was all of our friends and all of the people who listened to us
Mm,
talaga. And
yeah.
with that, there is a sense of community. And we were so fortunate because we invited a few of our musician friends. We had Is Sanigo, Earl of Manila, Steph,
Okay.
and Jason Dakal. Like,
Yeah,
whoa.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Super love him. Yeah.
So you're in that side of the scene, right?
Yeah. How
Who
what
who would you say is your personal favorite among all of them?
it has to be, I mean, I love all of them
Yeah.
equally, of course.
Okay.
But I really love Isa and Nigo because they're just the cutest duo
I love
ever.
them. They're
And
so cute.
they're
The-
so
the-
talented.
I love watching them. I love watching them, seeing them in like the halls whenever we play in the same show. They're just so kind and their mom's so sweet.
Yeah, their parents are always with them and it's really cute. And aside from that, their music is just really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like? How did it feel when you released the EP?
Um it Syempre, we were so happy. It felt like everything came full circle because that year 2019 a lot of good things happened.
Mm.
Earlier Jigo and I were able to perform in Hong Kong for a gig.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell me
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
crazy.
What was that like?
Oh, this was for So Far Sounds, and it was June of 2019. And it's
Okay.
actually, I have a funny story actually,
Go ahead.
because so it's in Hong Kong, right?
Yeah.
And wait, I'm not sure if I should be saying this, but yeah, so it's in Hong Kong, and Jigo was emailing So Far, and he was like, "Oh, we're artists, and we want to like perform for you."
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And so
Just
they
shooting your
were,
shot.
yeah, shooting our shot,
Yeah.
and they were communicating with to each other, So Far and Jigo. So they reached an agreement.
Yeah.
And all that time, when Jigo was talking to them, he never mentioned that we're from the Philippines. So they just thought that we're from Hong Kong. And I don't Jigo is crazy that way. Like sa bandang huli na lang niya sinabi na oh yeah,
By the way.
by the way, we're from the Philippines. And so fortunately, like really fortunately, they were like, "Oh, cool. Okay, maybe we can have some kind of agreement." And through the grace of God, it worked out.
Yeah.
And we went there. Yeah.
Nice. How did it like fall into place?
Huh?
How did it fall into place with like your logistics, the finances?
They do have a budget for
Okay.
artists,
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
And they siguro they subtracted an amount for
That's fair.
our plane ticket
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
from
I think that's fair.
bayad. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
And like
yeah, go ahead.
like we would have I wouldn't tell anyone this, but I would have done for free, but it's finished now, so
No, I know some people who like they've gone abroad and they'd have to like shoulder all their stuff themselves.
yeah, that's so
So
hard.
the fact that you guys were able to like have them pay for the plane is like incredibly gracious of them.
They're
So
very nice.
when you were there, what is the crowd like?
So it was a very intimate gathering,
Mm.
sort of like a speakeasy. And with the So Far and their gigs for Hong Kong, they don't tell you where the location is until the day of the
Why?
gig. So to keep it all, mysterious and
Okay.
everything. They're
Alright.
mysterious like that.
All
So
right, all right.
it's very, yeah, as I said, intimate. And it a lot of foreigners were there actually.
Okay, okay.
A lot of music loving foreigners. And it was great because we were able to expand our audience to like quote unquote global audience, and
Yeah.
it was a great experience. Yeah.
That's a good start. I mean, like if you have one group that likes you, that goes a long way. You know what I mean? Just a bit of
Oh,
word of mouth.
yeah, that's
And
right.
if they really like your music, they'll tell their friends. All that stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's a really good experience to have. Even when the band that I manage, Nathan and Mercury, they went to
Yeah.
Singapore, all that stuff. Like when they went there, because like I didn't get to go that trip exactly, but they came home with like so many stories of like them meeting people and them all that stuff, and I'm just like, that's a good experience. Or like when I talked to
Yes,
Tim Marquez and Enamori about them going to Thailand, you know what I mean? Like they just rave on about how it's fun, you know.
it is super. You should have gone to Singapore.
I had things that weekend. I wish I went. No, I wish I went. Like I listen to their stories now. They're like, oh, we met this person and this person and this person, and I'm like, oh man,
It's okay. You're a busy person.
it's fine. It's okay. So when you guys were there in Hong Kong and everything, how long were you there for?
We were there for like 5 days. Yeah,
How many performances?
just one show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So, but you guys managed to stay for 5 days. That's fun.
yeah. We cleared out our schedules and made it into a trip also. And funny thing is, so syempre it's Jigo and I, right?
Yeah.
And it can't just be Jigo and I. So I brought my whole family with me. Yeah. I brought my cousins. My
Oh,
cousins
that's
were there, and it was so fun. So it became like this family affair plus
Plus
Jigo.
Chico.
And my sister's friends too.
Yeah.
They did attend the gig. So
Oh, that's
just
nice.
yeah, a mini vacation for all of us.
That's nice that they get to watch you there. At least you had like a crowd.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean. Like there were people in the crowd that knew your music
Uh-uh.
already.
Yes.
So I'm sure that helped. So when it comes to you and Jigo, I'm sure you guys are like working on stuff now. Is there something you can tease for 2021?
Of course, since we are on the White Stripe podcast.
That's right.
We're actually working on an album to be released this year, late
Nice.
this year.
All right.
And most of them, if not all, I think they're quarantine songs. So we wrote them while we were apart, and everything was done virtually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen him since the lockdown?
No, I haven't. But I've seen him on Google Drive
Yeah.
with all the files. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
2021, is it like what's the feel of the album for this time?
I actually well, we're still finalizing
All
the
right.
album,
That's fine.
but it's just, if you listen to our songs Kami ni Jigo on Spotify, it's more mature right now.
All right.
It sounds more mature, and you know, a lot of, since I had a lot of time and have a lot of time, we really put our thought process and like all our creativity into it, and I'm really excited for people to listen to it.
Nice. All right. We're gonna take a quick break, but we'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're still with Teta, aka Mariamaria.
Hello.
So more than just an artist, you're generally creative. I see you have a sense of visuals and all that stuff. If you go to your Instagram, it's very, I'd say, unique.
Thank you.
It's very like, how would you describe your feed for people who don't, if people haven't seen it yet?
My feed, well, right now it's mainly a lot of garden plant things, you know. It's pretty green, like it visually it looks green.
Yeah.
And I also do a lot of like collages, and I like to manipulate a lot of photos, because you know how we're stuck in the house.
Yeah.
So syempre you have to adapt. So I change up the background to I change up the background and stuff, so that it just isn't the same house all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, that's why I think you're out.
Oh my god, yeah, I think probably, dude, I'm staying at home, but you know, my feed is like, oh, I'm out, but
yeah, because
not
it's
really.
like so many different backgrounds. But then, okay, you have a thing where you like to Photoshop yourself. It's become kind of a thing. I see that. Can you explain that to me? Like what is that? What's that called? Or like
I think it's like trending. Like it's trendy now to put you're like to make collages, sorry.
Mm.
And I think it's part of the Y2K trend, the 2000s trend, na
Okay, okay.
parang everything is a throwback to the 2000s. And
Yeah.
people during that era, I think they did a lot of collages, and that's why people are bringing it back.
It's so crazy how the 2000s is an era now.
I know,
You know,
we were just there. Wait, what the heck?
it's 2001 was 20 years ago. That's crazy to think about.
Super. And
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. I think it influenced like a lot of clothes nowadays. Like everything's just, 2000s already.
Yeah, I see it. I see it going that direction. You know, we had like an 80s phase, whatever. The
Yeah.
2000s are coming,
Oh
and they're
wow.
coming strong. Like
They're
that's
coming back.
my bold prediction for this year and the next few
Yes.
years. The 2000s are coming back. All right, so when you start working with Preview, what's your relationship with them like? Cuz like you're always there. And I'm and I'm very curious to like why do they love working with you so much, and why do you work with them so much?
Okay. Well, with preview, so we're how do I say this? We're actually working for preview, no?
Okay.
We're making content for them, and we're able to work with other brands because preview gives us the opportunities.
That's
And
nice.
it all started with they did a nationwide audition.
Oh, I
Like
see.
for people who wanted to be part of the, they call it preview click. Yeah.
Okay.
And this was last July, and at that time I wasn't doing anything aside from music, so I was like, hey,
All
why
right.
not? Like, I love Instagram, posting on stories, and like, why don't I put this talent somewhere else?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I auditioned, and you can still find my audition video, I guess, on my feed. It's still there.
What's the audition process like? What did they make you do?
They asked us to create a 1 minute video, introducing yourself and talking about your style. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's very visual based.
Yeah, very visual.
Hmm.
And, I'm all for that. I love editing things and shooting.
Obviously, you have a garage full of like blankets and stuff.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Tell me about that. Like, where did that come from? Like, the fact that you're just always in your backyard with all these different blankets, patterns, photos, and you guys shoot out there. What's that like? I mean, like, is that what you really thought about doing, or was it like an accident?
Well, I guess I really enjoy taking photos and like setting up for photos. It is my course. It was my course in college,
Mm.
and com arts.
Yeah, yeah,
And I don't know, it it didn't feel like work to me. And that's why I thought of joining preview and trying out my luck if
yeah.
it
Mm.
worked out. And it did.
Yeah,
Thankfully.
definitely. You mentioned before that your course was. You mentioned just now actually that your course was com
Communication
arts.
arts. Yeah.
I hear that it's a very difficult course.
It is a very difficult
What's the most
course.
challenging part about that course for you?
I think our TV class, we had a class that wherein we tried to, mimic a real TV studio. So
Oh,
there would be a live setup, and
yeah.
then there would be a control room
Mm,
to control all the cameras, when to switch cameras and all that. And
yeah.
it's very stressful. It's like you're working for news.
Okay, okay, okay.
And it's just a lot of shouting actually. A lot of shouting because you have to be on the dot talaga eh.
Yeah, yeah.
There can't be a black screen. Like, imagine seeing a black screen while watching ABS-CBN. And that can't happen.
Right,
That never does.
right,
And
right.
but somehow I managed to enjoy that.
That's good at
And
least.
yeah, and I truly miss com arts, and I miss college. Yeah.
What do you miss the most about Taft?
Um, I'm sure you miss Taft too, right?
I do. I was thinking about it a few days ago.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, do I miss Taft? I don't miss Taft Avenue,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like
That's so right.
I remember either like commuting to school or like carpooling to school or even driving to school and like being annoyed or being like whatever. But the moment I walk into the campus, I'm okay. Like that's just how I felt every time. Whenever I walked into it, I'm like, all right, it's not so bad. You know what I mean? How about you? What do you miss the most?
Um, for sure, I miss the people. Like just
Yeah.
seeing everyone doing their own thing, and then you're able to see your friends in. But I honestly love seeing what people wear, because
Oh,
you
okay.
know when Stan Smiths were
Yes.
more
Yeah,
uso
yeah,
back
yeah, yeah.
then.
Yeah.
It was just so funny seeing
Everyone was
everyone had
wearing
it.
it.
Everyone was wearing
And
it,
I feel
like,
like it was everyone in our building too. Like everyone in our
yeah,
building had it.
everyone had it. And
Yeah.
it's just so funny, and it's so ironic also that some people, would be wearing Yeezys, pero they're trying to avoid like the sewer water. Yeah, that's how it is. And
That's
yeah.
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead. What?
People would wear Uniqlo head to toe also.
Oh, that was me. That was me. Like
Oh,
honestly,
also me too.
I love like this is Uniqlo like right here. I remember when I was in Taft, I kind of like I had a phase in the middle where I just didn't care what I looked like.
Yeah.
So I cared in the start and I cared in the end.
Really,
But
it didn't look like it.
really, but in the middle, I was just like, I don't care about what
Okay.
I look like, and I kind of regret it now. But it's fine.
It's okay. It didn't leave a lasting impact, I think.
Okay, then that's a great thing.
Yeah.
Other than the people there, is there anything else that you miss about the experience? Anything? Is it learning? Do you miss that?
That's such a funny question. Like, do you miss learning?
Do you miss learning?
I I do miss learning, like, about things that I'm genuinely interested in.
Yeah.
When you're doing when you're in your course, you have direction. You know what you're supposed to be doing for the day. You know your goals for the week, and it's nice having that sense of motivation and like straight direction to
Yeah.
be going to. Yeah.
I agree. I was thinking about it, and I miss some classes
Mm-mm.
like a lot, and then the rest could just I don't care at all
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
them. And when I was there, I don't know. It was just a weird. Like I'd always change my spots. Did you have spots in DLSU? Like certain areas
Um,
where you're always there.
I used to hang out a lot in Pericos for some reason.
Oh, okay.
I think because the Wi-Fi is fast.
I never had a Pericos phase.
I had a Pericos phase. What was your phase? Where was
Um.
it?
Okay, so like later on, it was like
Uh-huh.
Dunkin' Donuts and
Oh,
those coffees.
seriously?
Yes.
Walang signal dun, bro.
Yeah, but like I don't
It
know.
is it is Dunkin'.
It is Dunkin'. I had my
I
coffee and
understand.
I had my like sandwich, whatever. Like that's where I just
Yes.
always go. And I also had a phase where I was in the Miguel benches.
Yeah, those benches are lovely.
Yeah,
You know, you just magically see all of your friends.
everyone's there.
Sunod-sunod. Yeah,
Everyone's just
everyone's
there.
there.
And then like you never know who you're gonna run into, and it's just like, hey, what's up, bro? What's up? How are you doing?
I'd see you
Um,
there. I'd see you there a couple of times, and it'd be so nice.
yeah, I remember like seeing you around a lot for some reason. Like even after that class, but we only had one class together. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's that. Like I never forgot about you because I'd always see you around. And then I'm
Yeah,
like, oh,
same
it's
here.
that. It's that. Like it was just, oh, you're there. And then I'd see you in Bia from now every now and then, like just wherever, or like
Yeah.
but in the south, like just anywhere. I'm like, oh,
Really?
hi.
Where in BF?
I think like once in Pergola.
Oh shoot. Dude, no, you didn't see me. Whenever I'm in Pergola, I'm just kanta kalat and everything. So okay. No.
So yeah, like I never thought. And then after a while, you started releasing more music, all that stuff. I'm like, oh, she's like in the scene, and like you're on the other side, sure, but like you knew a lot of people. Like you Sanigo. I was just like, oh, like she's in that space of the scene. What about gigs? Do you miss anything about gigs?
I super miss gigs. They used to be like my lifeline because it's nice to, bring out all that creativity after having a
Mm,
stressful week, either in school or whatever I was doing.
yeah,
It's quite sad actually that a lot of my favorite gig places closed down, like Root
yeah.
and XXXX.
Mm,
Yeah, so sad. But um I hope that gig culture returns.
yeah, I agree.
It is like the most important thing for artists to how they share their music.
Yeah,
You do get know a lot of artists from attending gigs and all.
yeah. And we need those small spots. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
Like out there, because like
Yeah.
without the small spots, like there's so many bands that wouldn't have the opportunities that they have today without those spots. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You think of like I remember I started really attending gigs maybe like 15, 16, right? 2015, 2016. And this was like when Four of Spades was like they had nothing. You know what I mean? I was like,
Okay.
oh, these guys are pretty. I remember like the first time I listened to them, I was like, oh, these guys are pretty good. I mean, I think they're gonna make it someday. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I was like, they're pretty good. I remember, because like my friends were like telling me about them because like they knew, like Zildjian. So I was just like,
Yes.
oh, like okay, I'm gonna listen to them, and like they were the last set, like they're the last set, all that stuff.
Uh-oh.
And I remember they
Wait,
were
where?
playing. This was in Sagiho.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so like they were playing, and I was like, oh, they're pretty good.
Little did you know.
Little did I know, like they were just gonna boom. Like when Hey Barbara came out, I was just like, that's crazy. Did you have any bands that like you remember had that soar that where you watched them before they like took off?
Huh. I think it was Isanigo talaga.
Okay,
Because
all right.
I got to my first gig was with Isanigo, and I think they've been uh at that time it's ano parang mal the what do you call this?
Come here,
Sorry.
you can do it.
Like they've grown so much. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
From since when I saw them, and it's so nice to see because they are our friends, and it's really nice to see people you love, uh grow talaga.
Right, I agree completely. Um, when it comes to like, your own growth, right? As an artist, as a person, what would you want your life to look like 5 years from now?
um 5 years from now, I just want to be continuing making music. I
Mm,
just it's a really good outlet, and I get so much satisfaction from it
yeah,
because you know how so the process, like you'll make the music, you'll master it and everything, and then you're gonna send it out to
yeah,
Spotify, and then people are gonna listen to it and they're gonna enjoy. And um I just love that process, and to me it's not work. Like, no talaga. I
yeah,
really enjoy it.
yeah. I'm sure. All right, are you ready for the last part, the speed round?
Okay.
All right,
Yes.
all
Been
right. So
ready.
for the speed round, be as fast as you can, but as honestly as you can, as honest as you can. And if you have a story attached to your answer, go for it.
Okay.
All
I
right,
don't know why I'm scared.
it's okay. All right, so let's start a bit easy. What's on your Netflix list right now?
The Crown.
What season are you in?
Season 2. I mean, I just finished season 2.
Okay. Um, what's on your Spotify list right now? I mean, like Spotify playlist.
SZA.
Really?
SZA. Yeah. I've been listening to SZA since the beginning of time, and you know how she's been teasing like dropping a couple of
Yeah,
songs.
yeah.
We just we need the album. We desperately need the album. Yeah.
For sure. All right. Among a pool of local artists, who's your dream feature?
Crown.
Ooh, okay. Okay, I
I
can see that.
super admire Crown and his work. Dude, I saw him one time. Kwento.
Go ahead,
I
go ahead.
saw him one time at XXXX, and
Mm,
he didn't know me, and I remember I was just with my friends, and I was so shy. I really wanted to come up to him, but every time I'd come up to him, he'd go farther. I don't know if that was intentional or it was just so hard to get like to talk to him. But yeah, I was able to introduce myself, and it's pretty chill. I love him.
How did that conversation go?
It was just like, hi, wait, so embarrassing. It was just like, hi, Crown, I'm a fan, and that's it. It's like that was the end of the conversation. He was like, thank you, and then I just left.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm done. Bye.
Yeah, I said what I needed to say.
All right.
He's a pretty chill guy. Yeah.
If you could meet one artist anywhere in the world, who would it be?
Billie Eilish. I'm wearing her shirt right
Oh.
now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The Uniqlo one.
Oh, I didn't know you were a Billie Eilish fan.
Yeah, I love her.
Ever since when?
Ever since Ocean Eyes.
Oh, I see.
Ever since before our album.
Mm.
She's got a cool girl vibe to her, and
Yeah.
I like her style as well. Everything oversized, and I'm all for it, you know.
For sure. Other than Preview, who are people that you'd like to work with? Dream scenario.
Publications.
Yeah. Or networks. It can be stuff like that.
I would love to perform for Wonderland.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I would love to perform for Wonderland. That's a goal that. Yeah, that's a goal that I've set. Perform for Wonderland.
Wonderland backstage is so fun.
Really?
Just a quick story. I remember. Sorry, this was 2019 Wonderland. I was backstage with the band and Mac Iris just played.
Shoot.
So they were playing on stage, and then me and the guys we were just like yeah, let's go to the back, because like it's a bunch of tents, right?
Yes.
For each artist. So we're like, oh, let's go to the back, like let's just say hi and stuff. So we go to the back, and so they're performing, right? The moment they get down, they run to their tent.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, we did it! Yeah, let's go! Like they're high-fiving each other. Like, yeah!
So cool.
And we were like,
that's so cool.
We were like, whoa, that energy! Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, they were sprinting back to the tent. So imagine like on the stage, there's like chill guys, right? Like they're like just jamming.
Yeah.
When they went down, they were yelling, and then we were like, oh, that's so fun.
I'm sure that was a really fun experience for you guys.
They were like 2-3 tents away, and we're just like, yeah, like everyone. It's so fun.
Imagine just breathing the same air as them.
I know, right? It's crazy. I actually miss Carpos shows so much. When
yeah.
Because like even like look here, I have a Carpos live like.
Oh yeah.
That's a signed Tomish poster.
Oh shoot! How'd you get that?
Nathan and Mercury played that day, so we were at the back and all
amazing.
That stuff. So even like Alex got his guitar signed.
Shoot.
By Tomish, and it's still with him. Like it's crazy good experience. So John, if you're listening to this, actually I was gonna ask you that. It's okay. Other than Wonderland,
okay,
what's your dream venue, dream gig?
I know a lot of people say Coachella, but Coachella, I mean, it's just a pretty big venue, and
yeah.
I've seen where the 88 Rising people performed, and I aspire to be like as influential as them, as Nikki and Joji, and Rich Brian.
How would you describe your music?
Chill.
Okay.
Chill. Sorry. Sobrang chill lang. Primarily pop.
All right. Yeah.
Primarily pop. Yeah.
If you could collaborate or if you could step into another genre, just for one song, what genre do you think that would be?
Soul.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. All right. Last few questions.
Okay.
What's something that people don't really know about you?
I do tell a lot of myself on the internet, and I'm not really, I think I'm quite an open book.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm quite an open book.
So nothing. Just kidding.
No dirty little secret. Not quite.
That's fine. No weird hobbies or like.
I like embroidering.
Okay, that's not too bad, but I'll
Yeah,
take it. All right. So for people who don't know you, where can they catch you?
You can follow me on Instagram. That's at Teta Tomato, and check out my music, of course. Mariamaria on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, you name it. And I recently started a YouTube channel, and you could watch my covers. It's also Mariamaria /Teta. So yeah, that's where you can find me.
Nice. All right. To anyone who's listening that supports you, that already knows you, what's your message to them?
I just want to say thank you. Like every message I've gotten about like support, and if you guys do listen to our music, I'm really grateful for everyone, and I really wish I could say thank you to each person individually, because I'm the kind of person who would do that, but I can't physically. So just a big thank you to everyone.
All right, Teta, thank you so much for coming on. I really
Thank you for
appreciate
having
you and
me.
your time. I hope that you come back whenever something big happens in your career.
Yes, of course. I hope so too. Thank you, Jay.